What up, Gio? Mr. McMorrow back here. Today we are going to find out how we can find not the R of composite figures, but the area. I just noticed that as we were looking at it. So first off, we have to talk about what the heck a composite figure is. So go ahead, take a look. I'm going to ask you to find the area of these shapes. All right, well, what do we notice? I noticed that there is a rectangle right here. And there is a little piece right here called a semicircle or half circle. Do we know the formula for the area of a rectangle? Yep, that's base times height. Do we know the formula for the area of a half circle? Well, we know the area of a circle is pi r squared, so we can cut that in half. All right, take a look at this guy. What is this shape made up of? Here's another rectangle, base times height. And here is another shape, which is a triangle, 1/2 base times height, or base times height divided by 2. So we can take these shapes and make them up into simpler shapes, ones that we know the formulas for, ones that we can find the areas of. So composite figure is just a figure made up of these simple two-dimensional shapes. And then all we're going to do is find the areas of each individual shape. We break it up and then add them all together. Okay, so we're going to take a look here. We're going to find the area of this house. We had to give some extra information here. So we need to find out the area and the perimeter. Again, perimeter, pretty basic. Add up all the sides. Well, if this is 10, and again, we're talking the outsides. We're not talking about the inside. Okay, so you got to be careful. Some people like to take and cut corners. So the perimeter would be this 10. Plus this 8, plus this 10, plus this 5, plus this other 5. So that looks like it's 10 plus 10 plus 5 plus 5 is 30, plus 8 is 38 meters. Area. All right, we're going to break this down into a rectangle. In my thinking, I like to do this. What's the area of the rectangle? And then we're going to do the area of the triangle. All right, the area of the rectangle is just base times height. So that's going to be 10 times, oh man, I'm putting them together, 10 times 8, which is 80 meters squared. The area of the triangle, and this is where we got to kind of be careful with the numbers we use. Base times height. We're looking for that triangle where they make that 90 degrees. Well, the base is 8 times the height, which is 3, divided by 2. That's going to give us 12 square meters. Now to find the area of that entire piece, we're going to take our 80, and we're going to take our 12, add them together, and get 92 square meters. All right, find the area and the perimeter of the figure shown here. Well, we just said we need to find out the area of each shape. Well, this was a rectangle. That's 6 times 4, which is 24 centimeters squared. This guy right here is a half circle, and that was pi r squared. And since it's a half, we're just going to divide our answer by 2. All right, well, we need to know the radius. Well, do I know that length, the diameter? What is it? Oh, it's the same as this one over here. So if one side's 4, guess what? The other side's going to be 4 as well. And the radius then is going to be 2. So we're going to do pi times 2 squared, which is 4 pi. And then we have to do half of that because this is a full circle. We want a half circle. So then we're going to take and divide this by 2 and get our half circle area to be 2 pi, or 2 times 3.14, which will give us 6.28, and we're in square centimeters. Then to find the total area, you're going to add the 24 plus the 6.28 together, which would give us 30.28 centimeters squared. All right, the perimeter on this one, I'll just use a different color for perimeter. The perimeter is going to be a little trickier, okay, because we got 4, we got 6, We got 6 here, and now we have to find half the circumference. All right, well, we know that the circumference is diameter times pi, and the diameter is 4, so the circumference is 4 pi. Now let's cut that in half, divide that by 2. The circumference of the half circle is 2 pi as well. And then we are going to take and add that to the 4 plus 6 plus 6 plus 2 pi. So add them together, and we get approximately 22.28 centimeters. All right, these ones are kind of tricky. Find the area of the shaded region, right? The shaded region is going to be like the donut, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take the entire shaded region, pretend the whole circle was shaded, and then we're going to subtract out the area of that smaller circle. That's going to leave us with the area of the shaded region. So we're going to take the area of the bigger piece, subtract out the area of the smaller piece. Well, they give us the diameter of the bigger piece is 10, so we're going to do pi times 10 squared, or 100 pi. We're going to subtract out the area of the smaller circle. Well, the radius of the smaller circle is 5, so pi times 5 squared, which is 25 pi. Subtract them out. That'll give us the area of the entire donut, which is 75 pi, or 75 times 3.14, which gives us 235.5, and we are no units of measure. So area would be 23.5 units squared, because we don't know what it is. That would go right there in the answer spot. So find the area of the shaded region. The shaded region is the whole bigger piece minus the area of the smaller piece. Okay. Likewise, we're going to find the area of the shaded region. We don't have formulas for the area of these weird little pieces. All right, all these little pieces going around. But what we can do is find the area of what happens to be a square, subtract off 4 circles, and that'll give us the area of the shaded region. Okay, well, the area of the rectangle is 6 by 6. Okay, 16 by 16 square, which is 256. Now we have to find out 4 of these circles. Well, the radius is, or the whole way across is 2 diameters of the circle. Well, we got to cut that in half to get 1 diameter. So halfway is 18, and then halfway again would be 4. So this guy here is going to be 4. So we need to find the area of a circle when the diameter or the radius is 4. So we have 4 of these circles. So we're going to do 4 times pi times 4 squared. And again, the reason why we're multiplying it by 4 is there's 1 circle, 2 circle, 3 circle, 4 circles. So 4 times 16 pi would give us 64. 256 minus 64 pi is going to give us a grand total of 55.04, and then we're in no units again, so units squared. Okay, that'd be our final answer. Again, we found the area of the rectangle. We had to find out the area of each individual circle, or find one of them, multiply it by 4. So we had to find out the radius, which we found out was 4. We used that in our pi r squared circle formula. Got 16 pi for the entire area of one circle. Then we multiplied it by 4 to get the area of all 4 circles. All right, here we go. We got a couple left. We're going to do the area of the rectangle, or sorry, the triangle, and the area of the circle. We want the shaded region. Why don't you guys pause it and try to find the area of the circle and the area of the triangle, right? Go ahead, pause it. Our idea is area of the circle minus the area of the triangle, all right? Well, it does say here AC is the diameter. I know what this is, that's 26, so the radius is 13. So the area of the circle is going to be pi times 13 squared, or 169 pi. The area of the triangle can be kind of tricky, because we know the base if we leave it like this, but we don't know that value there. So since it's a right triangle, and we want to just flip that around, we can use one of these as the base, the other one as the height. So you just want to think of rotating it around. We want to find that 90-degree angle. So AB is 10, BC is 24. So the area of the triangle is going to be 10 times 24 divided by 2. That is going to give us 120 for the circle. So 169 times 3.14 minus 120 will give us 410.66, and again, no units. So square units. All right, find the area of the shaded region. So we have a big circle and a small circle. All right, well, what's the radius going to be? Well, let's find out the total diameter. We know the total diameter is 10, 20, 26, so the radius is going to be 13 if the diameter all the way across is 26. So much like last one. So the area of the big minus the area of the medium-sized circle and the area of the smaller circle. We're going to subtract out both of them. So we have pi times 13 squared, which is 169 pi. The area of the medium circle, well, this has a diameter of 10, so that's going to be pi times 10 squared, or 100 pi. And then the area of this little tiny guy, this little guy here, he went wee all the way home. That formula is pi times 3 squared, which is 9 times pi. So we're going to take out and subtract 169 pi minus 100 pi minus 9 pi, which is going to give us 60 pi, or 60 times pi, or 60 times 3.14 is 188.4. I really don't care what you leave it in, if you leave it in terms of pi in this case or not. It's going to be up to you guys. So go through, when you're finding the area of the shaded regions, you want to find the area of the big outside main piece, subtract out the area of the non-shaded pieces, and then you get your answer. All right, guys, good luck. Let us know if you have any questions.